So, guys, what do you think about the state of cleanliness in our college?
It really isn't a pretty sight. With all the litter in the foyer, the leftover plates in the GCR and the arches, and all the crumpled papers in the classroom, it does not paint a pretty picture of our college.
I definitely agree to this. I think we should tackle this problem. Before that, you must learn more about waste.
The explosion of population and rapid urbanization has led to a steep rise in the production of solid waste. However, we look at this critical issue at a local level and delve into the waste disposal and management system in our college.
Let's be honest, none of us like our food being gawked at by friends, cats, or even crows. Empty cups, used plates, wrappers, and Tetra packs are strewn all over and not put in places meant for them. Does this not paint a fitting picture of our foyer? The foyer is one of the dirtiest places in college, giving actual dustbins a run for their money. Regardless of the number of bins placed around college, there's still trash all over. And there have been failed attempts at remedial measures where the trash cans explain the difference between wet waste and dry waste. Yet the so-called woke youth of this college fail to comprehend these simple directions.
So, now that we've been introduced to the topic, let's look into the psychology of waste.
So, why do we think people litter?
The answer lies in the thinking process behind it. People are driven by incentives, and picking up after others or even themselves does not give them much of benefit. Someone will pick it up, it's not my duty to clean, or it's not like I'm gonna stay here, are the thoughts that go in people's mind when cleanliness or littering is in question.
Now we shall move on to the process of waste management and disposal in our college, which we will explain through the three sets of interviews: the Social Service League, the Zabers Environmental Committee, and the college head.
So, why do you think places like the classrooms and the woods remain much cleaner than the foyer that we have? I mean, food is eaten in these places too, but somehow they manage to remain much cleaner than the foyer.
So I definitely think that the volume of food that's turned out in these places is much less because especially people who eat meals that are not very portable, that have sort of like curry or sauce or that kind of element, they need a plate, they need a table. So they don't eat in the woods at all. And even taking it up to the classroom, it needs to be more compact food because you need to carry it the whole way. So that I think contributes more to the foyer being dirtier than other spaces. It's about the kind of food that's eaten in these places.
तो भैया आपको जानना था ये जो ड्राई वेस्ट और वेट वेस्ट होता है इसको आप लोग डस्टबिन में खुद अलग करते हैं पहले से ऐसे अलग हो जाता है?
स्टार्टिंग में हम लोग को थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम पड़ा था कि हम लोग खुद अलग करते थे, लेकिन अभी इम्प्रूव हो रहा है थोड़ा थोड़ा, तो ड्राई अलग निकालते हैं और वेट अलग निकालते हैं।
और आप लोग ये जो फेंकते हैं आप लोग फिर
जी वो बीएमसी के इसमें जाता है हमारा, तो वो बीएमसी वाले लोग हैं वो लोग दोनों एक में ही डालते हैं, लेकिन हम लोग को दो ड्रम दिए गए, एक ब्लू कलर का एक ग्रीन कलर का। तो जो ग्रीन कलर का है वो वेट के लिए है और ब्लू कलर का है वो ड्राई के लिए।
और ये जो आपको बताते हैं कि कौन सा ड्राई वेस्ट है कौन सा वेट वेस्ट है, आपको पहले से बताया होता है?
हाँ जी, उसके लिए हम लोग को पहले बताया गया है, क्योंकि जो ड्राई होता है वो रिसाइकलिंग के लिए जाता है। तो बीएमसी वाले भी वही कहते हैं कि आप जो ड्राई है वो अलग रखिए और वेट है वो उसको अलग रखिए।
So to start off with, what does XCC really do and like what are the difficulties you guys face?
So, one of our major functions is conducting audits, and these are student-led environmental audits. So, we have done audits relating to energy, waste management, sanitation and water quality. And what these audits have helped us do is detect various aspects of the system, so we can further set guidelines for the system and create a green foundation. So with all the dry waste that was generated and collected and properly segregated, we send them to Sri Mukti Sanghatna, which is an NGO we have tied up with. So they recycle all the dry waste. And as for the wet waste, we composted it right on our campus in the compost pit, which is there behind the chapel's building. Yeah.
Since you are dealing so directly with students, what do you think we can do, like sustainable measures that we can take to reduce the overall waste generated by our college?
It all actually comes down to segregation when it comes to environmental impact, because we have a compost pit, we have college facilities and college manpower to properly deal with waste, but the students themselves are not segregating. But I think that basic segregation habits have to be inculcated, and yeah, that's where it definitely has to start.
Wow, guys, these interviews certainly provide us with a lot of helpful insights.
Now, what say we conduct a quiz to test our peers' knowledge on the segregation of dry and wet waste?
Apple core.
Dry. I mean wet. Sorry, wet. Wet waste. Wet. Loose hair. Wet waste. Dry. Dry waste. Dry. Animal bones. Wet waste. Wet. 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 Chai ka cup. Wet waste. Dry. Dry cup. I think wet. Banana peels. Wet waste. Wet waste. Wet. Wet waste. Sanitary napkins. Wet. Dry. Dry. Thank you.
With an exponential increase in the waste that we produce, it is important to be considerate about how we as students can tackle waste disposal and management.
Something that we need to generate in people's mind is the realization that, you know what, my trash, my duty, and my place or not, my trash, my attention.